E te ti, e te tā tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai piki mai, nau mai kake mai ki te whakapāhotanga anō o tēnei kēmu e ki ana ko te whakataetai o te puku o te ika a Māui kei konei māua ko te o husband ki te puku o Kirikiri no e whakapāhoti ana i tēnei tukinga i Whanganui i a hato Petera no roto mai a Waikato. Whai wāhi mai ana ki a hato Paora no roto mai o Kirikiri roa. Kāti, kia ora tātou, piki mihi kia tātou kua pai nei. E koanga ngākau, kua piritahi mai koutou ki tēnei tukinga o te tuatahi, ara St. Peter's, ki te tuarua, ara St. Paul's. Kei munui whakaharahara kei mui te araro e deo.
Mihi ane kia koe e mui hai. Me te whānau nui o te motu kia ore rawatu koutou katoi o koutou manakitangi o koutou tautoko o tēnei kēmu. It's a wonderful celebration once again of First 15 Central North Island Rugby. Bit of an overcast day. We're at Kirikiri Roa today and wonderful to have you with us as we celebrate again CNI Rugby. And of course, great to have these midweek games where the tauira of both kura are able to come along to tautoko. Great to have you with us in an interesting situation here with St. Peter's leading the pack, both teams unbeaten. So this is effectively one plays two and bragging rights are plenty as we look at what has happened so far. So these two unbeaten, Wesley College, Lindisfarne rounding out the top four, then coming into Feilding, St. John's College out of Kirikiri Roa, Francis Douglas, then Matamata, Whanganui and St. John's College in Hastings. But there's a lot of history in rugby for both St. Peter's out of Cambridge and St. Paul's Collegiate School, and a great lineup of talent, no doubt, on show here today. Good to have you with us. St. Paul's playing in black and white, St. Peter's in the blue and red, as we just get a look at the mini grandstand, I suppose, that they have there at St. Paul's. Wonderful to have you with us right across the mutu and sharing some time with us as we celebrate CNI Central North Island First 15 Rugby.
Kāti tēnā tātou, kāre roa ka whai wāhi atu tātou ki te whakarongo atu ki ngā kōrero a ngā kaiako e rua. Here's our two coaches.
I'm here with St. Peter's head coach, Carl Perry. Carl, top of the table clash tonight. Does the preparation or mindset change when both sides know how much is riding on the result?
St. Paul's are a good team, and you know we've got that underdog mentality coming in today with their full school will be out, and it's a good tough challenge. They'll be a good team, they're well drilled, and a great opportunity for our boys to test themselves and then look forward to a long weekend after the game.
Awesome, and do you get the sense that today could be a statement game?
Yeah, I guess every week is an opportunity to have a statement game, but for us it's about following our processes and the things that we need to be better at and the things we do really well. So a great opportunity for the boys to put on a show and hopefully go out there and do themselves proud and do their school proud as well.
So I'm here with St. Paul's head coach, Daniel Tecker. Daniel, it's a top of the table clash tonight in front of a packed home crowd. How important is it for your boys to channel that atmosphere the right way early in the game?
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting opportunity for the boys today. We've just been speaking about making sure the focus is on the game, not too much about some of those external factors. But yeah, we're really excited to have a crack at St. Peter's today, who have been one of the benchmark teams in our competition for a while now, so get a good gauge on where we're at.
Awesome. Are the boys fizzing for today, midweek game?
Yeah, I think absolutely. They get a bit of time out of school, which always helps, and I think there's some good friendly rivalry with a lot of the boys down at St. Peter's, so it is genuinely mates on mates today. So yeah, it's a big opportunity. Everyone's excited for it.
Awesome. Well, all the best, and thanks for the interview.
A koe nā ngā kōrero a ngā kai urungi o ngā waka e rua ara ko Hata Paora me Hato Petara. Ana, I ki te tātou ina nahira I te āhua reka o te noho tahi a te teina me te tuakana ko te hunga e tākoro hia ana. O tira te hunga e mātakitaki mai ana. Haunga ko ngā taina ngā tamariki mokopuna anake engari ko o rātou mātua anō hoki. Check it out, St. Peter's lineup tātou mai, our Paumua, a Cooper Moore, Joshua Okuso, our Pauraka, our Moores and Barnes. To the flanks, we have Oliveira and Edwards Heaney, who's co-captaining alongside Barnes. The back of the scrum, we've got Kobe Tiros.
Checking out the back line, Zeke Miller, Luca Miller, Zeke Clark as well. Galloway at the back is Kelsinai, and their bench today, Zamet, Harvey, Johnson, Bell, Lang, Falahati and Baird. And as you've just heard from their coach, Carl Perry, they are lining up on the line in this respectful start to first 15 rugby. It's really a hallmark of sport in our country, along may it be the case as well. Good crowd on hand today as we get a chance to even go down the...
Bit of a POV walkthrough there, D-Man.
I reckon so.
Good.
It's looking pretty good. So great to have our camera staff able to get us that sort of imagery right in the heart of it all. Te mura o tahi, so to speak.
E mea ana koe teo I te kōrero au e pāna ki ngā hua o te puta I te akomanga me te tautoko te mātakitaki I te tīma. It's cool to see that the senior leadership of the crew have also released their kids and students to come out and celebrate the boys as the Pahu, St. Paul's clap, gets underway.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the clap in Canberra at the moment, but it's got a bit of vibe about it as we see the skipper lead them out. Proud school, and both teams will know each other, living in close proximity. There's 13 or so K between Kirikiriroa and Cambridge as we link up with the St. Paul's Collegiate School first 15 for this afternoon.
Ka pai mai te huku tātou mā whiru pēke ko Jackson Hay, Ona Parirau, ko Caleb De Bruin, ko Billy Smith. In the centres, second five and centre, there we have Lockie McGoll and Hadley Thompson. Topatahi Toparua, Harry Clemista, Jamie Silich as well. Over to the forwards, we have Hull, Brown, Kahotea, Young, Ware, Benjamin McLeod, co-captain also by Young and Brown, and a big mihi to Daniel Teka, who's driving the ship here at St. Paul's Collegiate.
And of course on the bench today, Chase Thompson and Kennedy with Kibby as well, Pocock, Rory Boynton, Dylan McLaren and James Very. Well, it's that time of the year where the rako really display their beauty and these autumn shades from our kura and Kirikiriroa. Wonderful, just as the imagery of these young men, tino kai tautoko for their team. That's a great sight, isn't it, Moiha?
E mea na koe teo, kuhu katoa mai ko te kura whānui, mai ngā mātāmua ki ngā mātāmuri, kāmutu ko te ohu kaiako, ko tai mai ki te tautoko I ngā mahi haka haka, a kuima a koroma. Tēnei wā ka whakaro noa ki te hunga kua wehe atu. Ngā tini mate kai Whanganui a koutou. Ngā tini mate kai Whanganui a tātou. Acknowledging those that are no longer with us physically, but definitely on the shoulders of these young men this afternoon. As they lay their portai, acknowledging their efforts, the forebearers before them, and also the fact that ko rātou pia ngā tuakana o te kura, mutu ana tēnei tauka ko puta tā rātou ihu, hei I ka āwhiro, o te kaupapa. E hara te toa he toa takitahi, engari he toa taki tini kē tātou mā. A koia ko te haka a hato paura nā tākuta te aro rāwiri Moxon i tito i roto i ngā tau. Whai haere ana i te huarahi, te oroko tīmatatanga. Mo te taha hāhi, mo te taha whakapono a te kura nei. I aia e tū ana ki te rohe pōtai o Waikato Tainui.
Aira, from Sir David Moxon now. And if it is wahine through the week, Lady Tūleiti Moxon as well. So they've been very, very active in pro-Māori advocacy across their lives. And it's wonderful to see the efforts of Dr. Taro Rauri Moxon acknowledged there with that unique narrative of transformation based on the St. Paul's biblical journey. And it was set within the heritage of the Waikato Tainui region. The haka traces Saul's initial period of blindness and persecution, symbolizing chaos and darkness, to his profound conversion on the road to Damascus. And big ups to the kura for the way that they performed that. Two strong Waikato rugby nurseries colliding this afternoon. Plenty of pride on the line in this traditional rivalry, and expect intensity and physicality and some fast-paced schoolboy rugby. Conditions looking perfect for an entertaining afternoon of rugby here, and wonderful to have you with us on Whakaata Māori as we celebrate this aspect of schooling life. It is the hosts, St. Paul's, who have the football to get us underway, and of course the start so important. There will be an intensity and a physicality that you would expect with two top-of-the-table teams as they do battle on the far side of the field from our broadcast position here at Hatopaora. Wonderful to have you with us this afternoon. So St. Paul's still in possession, and they'll keep it tight as their teammates lock around. Nice work at the base for St. Paul's here from Jamie Sillage. And immediately down to the right-hand side. Now the wing flicks the ball back, and on the inside, it is secured. And Harry Thompson is able to take the ball in, still maintaining possession here. St. Paul's, solid start for them. That will please their coach, Dan Tacker, as the ball comes across the left-hand side. Chiming in at fullback is Hay. And he's to ground. But at the moment, the defence of St. Peter's is sound. This time it's Alex Young with a push forward, couple of extra metres. Look at what we're seeing early on in this match. Good pick up from the prop. This is Chris Kautea. Sets it up nicely. And it'll be a penalty coming the way here for the home team.
Ai kei te wero I ngā kape erua I rātou anō. Pēhea te pakari o ngā tīma, ka te pēhea hoki ngā piro. He wea anō ki te hāmene tuatahi ka tau ki te kete o te haukanga, e tohua mai nā. Ei, mehe mea wāte ana ngā paukaura. Ho mai, aua piro, ngā wari me ki. Points on offer right in front.
Well, absolutely support the decision to take the 3 points. You know, in a close game, when you're playing top of the table clashes and traditional rivalry, in fact, they don't go for it at all. They get back straight into the... This is where the breakdown was, and as a result, we have Jackson Hay. So Jackson Hay from pretty good range. He wanted to get this one just to settle his nerves. 3-0 scoreline early on. As St Paul's, but it's good lead-up play for it. They deserve the opportunity. And they worked hard, each of the forwards chiming in.
For sure, Dale, it's important. And if there's points on offer to keep ticking the scoreboard over, and certainly having 3 points in this early stage of the game is helpful. St Peter's tātou mā e mau ana I te poraka kikorangi. Ana ko te kapa o hato paura, ako te pango me te kowhai.
They haven't had any ball at all as yet. St Peter's a proud put up, of course, the big reputation around the Central North Island, so they launched this one big time. Through the middle. To Powder. Ball in hand. Looking for field position. This one down towards the halfway. It's taken at the back by Calcilai. He works it out to the left into Luke Galloway, who has the football. He goes to ground, getting some good support from his teammates as they get through. Zeke Clark. And sending some of the bigger young guys through. So with Clark has a little nosy down the right-hand side, bit of a snipe forward himself. Needs some support, it's forthcoming. St Peter's in possession.
Taha matau I nāi nei. Hoki ngā mahara ki te kemu ina nahi teo mo te mana motu hake o te topatahi a me te furu peke. Ka kitea tātou aini pehe te kaha o enei tūranga. Heoi anō ko ngā paumua e haere whakamua ana I tēnei wā, ko te taha poto, te taha whiroki me ki. Clark I tana toru koata, a Waiton Paki, ngari maka whakamua te pauro. Heoi anō, tūhapa, te korero a te kaiwao. Offside, me te hanga taiohi o tēnei referee I tēnei wā. Ahuarite pēr ana te pakeke, o ngā kaitākoro ki tā te referee. Ana.
First real opportunity here for the lads out of Cambridge. They'll get an opportunity close range. Looking for the throw. James Powell with that responsibility. So these set pieces so important after the 70 minutes of action. 5 minutes gone, just the one penalty thus far. Thrown from the far side of the field. Great crowd gathered here around field number 1.
James Powell te kaiwhiu. Nei te piritahi ngā paumua. Anō nei he pūru. E haere whakamua ana.
Oh, this is good, isn't it?
Ka kuhu mai ko etahi atu ki te tautoko I a rātou.
Throw a few more in there. Looks like the bulk of the team are in having a go. They protected the football, though. That's the main thing. Looks as though they have.
Nei te parirau. Ara ko Luke Galloway tērā e whāngai ana te poro ki Whangapu I te whira.
Loving the attitude on show here, Moiho.
Taha matau. A Kobe Trey Ross tēnei. Me tūpato a St Paul's. Ari he Hartman e kārepe I tino puta I te pauro. Me he mea I toru piro a St Paul's. I te tīmatatanga ka pērā hoki pēr a St Peter's.
Well, they'll go tit for tat, you'd think. Although there's some merit in thinking we'll keep on the roll. Got some big units in there. Cooper Moore and Josh Okusa genuine size. As we get another look here, it was full-on attack at this stage. Matamata Petala, and the ball was rifled, but the referee wasn't having a bar of that. So now we'll be looking to square it up from close range, you would suspect. 3-0 scoreline. Wonderful to have you with us. CNI Live on Whakaata Māori on Māori Plus, and of course our YouTube channels. A lot of excitement about these young guys with an opportunity to play in opposing schools, but as mentioned, many of them will know each other. St Peter's School out of Cambridge. Some good players over the years. Ollie Norris, you might recall, or some of Penifino, and big wins already, including wins this year over Wesley and Whanganui. Not unexpectedly, the 3 points are secured. We're locked up 3 apiece after 7.
Ai piki mihi anō kia koutou kua tuhono mai nei ki tēnei tukinga. Launa tuawha o te CNI tātou mā. Ki runga i a Whakaata Māori o tira kia tiriata Māori. Underway once again. It's a semi-deepish dropout. Ref mentions he was tackled without the ball.
A couple of questions in there from the co-captain Jackson Hill-Brown. Hooker for St Paul's. And now the kicking duties for Luca Miller. And there's the bee, the famous Bumblebee. St Paul's on the sideline, having a bit of fun. While it's overcast, it's not wet, and there's not a lot of wind to speak of today. And kitty roar, kia ora to all of our whananga. Down the mighty Waikato might be watching in today. And of course those associated with the other kura involved in the CNI, a warm welcome to you as well. Right out work again for Powell on the far side of the field. 3 apiece. That one's secured professionally, slickly. With some real skill. Now the big units are utilised midfield, crashing across the halfway line. Everyone's lining up for an opportunity to get the leather in hand. Angling back on the inside comes to Luca Oliveira. Solid work here for Petera. The ball's gone backwards, play on, says the referee. Volley pick up, smart to Galloway, has it in hand. Clark setting it up. Mata, centre field, putting real pressure here on Hatupauda. They get the ball out to the right hand side, little dummy from Waiting Pucky. Good read defensively, though, Pucky to ground, but still in control of the football. This is quality play from both teams on attack and defence as we speak.
Ai buku mahi ana, ringa raupa ana, e nei paumua. Just keeping the ball in centre field. Not rolling away. Ai ki tā tātou referee e me ana, ei. Whakawātea hea te poro. Slowing the ball down. Not rolling away. Prime opportunity for St Peter's. You can kick to the corners.
Sorry to interrupt. You can sense just how these two teams out at the top of the table, they're playing quality rugby, and there's a real intensity that they've taken into today's encounter, reflected by their positions on the table, but a lot to like about some of the talents of these young men on show today. Powell once again, this time from the broadcast side. Secure the ball. In fact, it's Hatupauda who come up with the football. Into centre field they go. Defenders from St Peter's Cambridge working strong. Flicked away by Sillits down the left edge. To ground goes Kilnister. In fact, his teammates rally around him, but he's lost the football. Advantage being played here as well. So St Peter's, St Paul's doing a ding-dong battle here. These are great images of our young people supporting each other.
Yeah, dressed to the number ones for sure. Even though they're not on the field today, but Māori television's here, so better look the part.
That's right, the new Whakaata Māori are on the way, so we've got the double Windsors out. might end in a tie.
Well, it's a tie at the moment.
3 apiece. Cool imagery. Let's see who can force the hand of their opponents and create an attacking opportunity. St Paul's, Silic to feed the scrum. Once he gets the green light from the Kawawa. Safety first.
St Paul's early couple of wins over Lindisfarne and St John's. Slowly building momentum as they get through this early stage of the CNI comp. Last one, the comp itself in 2021, but had a bit of a streak from 15 to 19.
Yeah, an amazing run. I think they only missed out, if I recall, back in maybe it was 2017, but other than that, they were the dominant school in the Central North Island First 15 comp.
Tom Franklin and Samisoni Taukeaho.
Early decision to kick. Will they catch the opponents out at the moment? And a knock on sale. St Paul's get the ball back. Don't know about that. Yeah, it's unnecessary. We have a little chip over the top, and it's straight off the scrum base as well.
Ngā tā roa tērā parira a St Paul's. Caleb the Bruin. Anone e fitu putu. 7 foot tall, there and thereabouts.
St Paul's with possession. Silic peels back and he does it again. Trying to find some open space out the back. Looking for a charge down. The kick in effect is good. Silic picks it up and gets it to his fullback. In fact, it's Kilmister. He wheels across field. Hato Petsina working strong on the far side of the field now. Silic, and again, kicking game coming into play, entertaining and challenging. Worked across field by Luca Miller. And again, sending it downtown. Taken nicely at the back there by Kilmister again. This time he'll take it in to the defensive line, finds himself a couple of metres short of halfway. Silic, wide out, into the hands of Chris Kahutia. But even Chris, sizable that he is driven back by some really concerted and well-coordinated defensive work here by Hato Petila. Looking for a chip over the top this time. There's some entertaining rugby and ambitious play from both teams.
Ka kaharongo i te reo o te hone tautoko ana i ngā tīma ko St Peter's ki tēnei taha o te whakapāhotanga. St Paul's kei te rātaha. Just keeping themselves at bay.
It's real grind on at the moment. 3 apiece here, 15 minutes gone. In the first half, if you're watching it right across the country, this is the best of CNI First 15 rugby. Short side play. St Peter's trying to probe and just crunch a hole through the defensive line, but at the moment, Hato Pao to stand solid, stand firm. Touch on the ball, play on, says the referee. Holding up the passes nicely, beautiful run out wide. This is on to Paku. He delivers up out wide. Fantastic finish. James Powell is ranging down the left edge, is in for try number 1 for St Peter's Cambridge after 15 minutes.
I tēnō tātou i tēnei taha poto. E mahi ana i ana mahi, te topatahi tēnei. Pohe e au, he mahi he para tērā. Bueno, i reira, paki e tuku poto. I tēnei, wai tika pe. James Powell.
It's not uncommon to see the hookers running down that left, left corridor. So he was worked well. Gee, there was some intensity in both attack and defence there, and also some gamesmanship too with the kicking game, testing each other out. And in the end, the wide ball picking up the hooker. Toughish conversion here for this young man. Jack Kelsenite. I'm sure he's landed them from here before, though. We'll ride them home here on Whakaata Māori. You can do the same.
Gotta go.
Didn't come around as he would have wanted. 8-3 scoreline. 16 and a half minutes gone.
Here's another look at the try. First try, I suppose. Lucky to get away with that hint of a shepherd there. But his Paki shows the confidence in the other. His second roller going all the way. James Powell, try number 1. This clash between 1 and 2 here at the CNI.
Big setting, really, for a game of rugby, isn't it? The little grandstand there. I'm sure it's seen plenty of action over the years. Just about to get things underway. Now, they won't be too downhearted here. St Paul's. It's been a very even contest so far. 17 gone this Thursday afternoon on Whakaata Māori. St Peters again will send it deep into enemy territory. Holding up the pass slightly. Hatupara Kaimahi. Get back in again. It'll be a kick. Wanting to play the game down the other end of the field. But they retaliate in kind as well as they utilise the kicking game. Both teams here. That one is a very long kick. It's right back into the in goal. And again this time, kicking for touch on the far side of the field. And that's exactly what occurs. They're still feeling each other out at the moment. But having a bit of awareness of where the danger zones are and what they want to avoid. Just trying to create some passing lanes so that they can be more effective. We saw that too, the running lane of James Powell, ultimately beneficial for the first try of the afternoon. So it's St Paul's Collegiate under coach Dan Tecker, who have the football. And the first 5 decides, well, let's not play it down our end. And again, we'll see more of the same as we'll go across the far side of the field for another line-up. Bit of steam coming up the field. A little fog around this morning down in the mighty Waikato.
Originally an all-boys school, Dale, before becoming co-ed in the senior years. We saw some mana wahine getting up in the haka earlier on as well, which is handy.
Good run, Lucky McGelf. They're just wanting to impose themselves. This time it's Billy Smythe who has a run with the football. He's wrapped up in the tackle of Cruz Mara. Smythe is able to deliver clean ball. Hatupara in possession. Left edge play, the ball's been knocked down. Play on is the referee's decision. Back to the turnover. Oh, it's anyone's ball at the moment. Everyone's scrambling for it. Referee well positioned, still with Powder. And the big number 6 couldn't quite control of this, Georgie Benjamin. Applause aplenty from the colleagues aboard St Peters out of Cambridge. And know that they forced the error. And we'll get a chance to feed the scrum inside their own territory. Pretty tough defensive work there from James Powell.
He's just struggling to string phases together. The hometown St Paul's. Just under 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Just the one try, the difference. Try scored by James Powell.
Yeah.
Slight error there by George Benjamin. However, the scrum set once again. Centre field. Options left, options right. Been impressed with Wait and Paki.
He's had a couple of nice touches, Moiho. He has indeed. This guy's a wholehearted footballer as well. It's Clark. Penalty. Home team got it.
Ka kore pe whanei I te paoro ki ngā paukora. Ka whana rānei ki te kokona. Koira tā Jackson Hay. Te kākua a Daniel Tecker. Rawe taua kiki. Anaka ki te ano tātou I te ahunga mai o te hāmene. So as the line-out set, it's out of the 20, inside the 22.
Deep and wide, and that's the shape that you'd want. That would please the coach here for Hatupaora. Beautiful climb as well. Good work from Alex Young, and the maul is created as they drive forward, but
collapsed. Maka whakamua rānei ki tōna ake hoa. With a bobble into his own teammate.
So in our game yesterday, we saw the utilisation of to good effect as well. Now match featuring Lindisfarne out of Hastings. And no doubt that'll be an important aspect as well in the next one. Now here's the scrum to be set. Bit of rivalry here as well with the nines, Silic and Clark. They keep niggling at each other a little bit. Not quite sure what they'll be saying, but I'm sure that they know each other pretty well, having played over the years against each other in various teams and grades. He's a big guy and you need them too. Chris Kahutea. Open side prop here for Hatupaora. Getting some good reactions too, having Whakata Māori. Another penalty from close range under the autumn leaves. Thanks to our sponsors as well. You can see them in the background, Apollo and Caltex. Many organisations have muscled up to tautoko whakata Māori and just wanting to celebrate rangatahi sport.
Anchor, certainly plenty of calcium out of the Waikato district.
Oh, well, yeah, no doubt about it. Got to have the anchor to get the jam, don't you? And of course, Caltex Baileys and whakata Māori. These proud wahine from Hatupaora that Moiho is speaking of. And it's good to have them in here. They bring a wonderful community sense to school life. So, still with the football. And St Paul's really getting an opportunity on the far side of the field. Let's get down into the dirty stuff, down and dirty, down low. Trying to push their way across the line and spinning and just inching their way forward as they drive towards the line.
Nā MΑORI tēnei, Lucky Young, kei reira. Whāngai tara pōro ki a Jackson Hay ki tēnei pū, Lucky Matamata. Tara paira, piro rano ki te kokoro Matamata ko Hatupaora, ārunga. Caleb de Bruin tāku e matapai nei. Engari kāre kore ko te hawhe peke a James Silic. E whakatoi ana I te hiatu. Nā noa Lucky Young. Anei te tirohanga tuarua tātou mako hei. Ui ki pahi. Ki te parirau tau maatahi. Billy Smith, the left wing, came around to the right wing to stand inside Caleb de Bruin. Interesting. That's one way to get an overlap, isn't it, Dale?
Yeah, well, Billy Smythe was there as well. Good feeding work from Lockie McGough. That was quite brilliant. A little bit of niggle going on after the game, but hey, not enough to talk about. Here's the conversion attempt from out wide for Jackson Hay. This is a tough one. Not his preferred side. Looking to take the lead. Strikes it nicely. Flags are up. And the Hutton Boys take the lead, not by much, but enough to excite the fan sideline. Great to have you with us. CNI, here's another look. Good lead-up work from Lockie Young. Great chain passing and couriering through Lockie McGough. And then ultimately the pass out to young Billy Smythe. Look at the delight on his schoolmates' faces as they leap, jump and drive to celebrate that one. 10-8 the scoreline, 25 gone. And we're back into action with the kickoff here from St Peter's. Leading the competition in first place by points differential. Both teams unbeaten so far in the competition. As the kicking game again important. Luca Miller sends it across field through the hands of Kelsinai, and now they're prepared to run the football on the far side of the field. That was the halfway mark that it just passed. So exciting running brand of rugby on show here today. Okusa, big Josh, managing to get the ball away. He comes back in to bolster the attack. And we're seeing some really fluid play at the moment for the time being. Both teams have opted to maybe pause the kicking game from the back. Okusa once again is in there, taken by his opposites, Kahotea. On the far side of the field, still with some action aplenty here. In the hands of St Peter's Cambridge. Looking for an opportunity. Cooper Moore comes in to strengthen the opportunities. They'll give the ball some width this time. Midfield, striking. Well, that was high tackle, so the referee will be compelled to call it back. 10-8 scoreline, 27 gone. Tries to Smythe and Powell, and a couple of penalties early on. Everyone who attended today were expecting to get a close game, and I think they'll be pretty pleased with what they're witnessing at the moment. Converted try from out wide. Well, that 10-8 scoreline. Good to watch. Pick up all the schools involved in the CNI tournament, and of course for MāORI, keep giving you once again comprehensive coverage of the Super 8 competition as well. Plenty of sporting action. It's not just the rugby, it's a myriad of sports. The MāORI are broadcasting the Orangatahi focus. So on the far side of the field, it'll be a scrum feed to the visitors from Cambridge. Yeah, these two teams very evenly matched. And a heap to like about how they're going about their work in Hamilton this afternoon.
Tika tau e Dale. Ara, ngā piro tātou mā, ko te rua noi ho te rere ketanga. Tōna ono miniti e tā rewa tonu ana I te tukinga hawhe tuatahi nei. Ai, tino whakataitai, Whanganui ngā hawhe pēki e rua. Hato pētera tēnei.
They're having a ding-dong battle, aren't they, those two? It's good to see two talented, both Clark and Silich. Just waiting for the ball to come out of the ruck. It's clear. It's going to be set at the pile of feet.
How does it have the opportunity to profile these 10 schools from the Central North Island? Also the 8 schools of the Super 8 competition being showcased.
It's been awesome, hasn't it? Big ups to Whakata Māori for seeing the benefits. And, you know, it's part of a Māori active kaupapa. We do touch on it each time we broadcast because it's encouraging each other to be involved in sport. And while our rangatahi play plenty of it, you know, so often when we become young adults and older adults, they sort of fall away a little. So, you know, sport's the stitching of our fabric of society, encouraging each other to walk or run or garden or do anything like that. There's the scrum feed. And I'm not surprised that a kick was coming through, but it's been knocked down and then it's open. It's an open run. And that looks like number 13 to me, Cruz Mara. What an opportunist try, really.
Hanga maumau, te haukainga, ne? Kore take pēr te whana nei.
There's the kick here. And in the end, quite straightforward, the charge down. And it couldn't have bounced more kindly to Cruz. And he did just that and went in to score unopposed.
Ka tahi te koha ko tērā, tino koha, ne? Bit of a shank off the boot. Quite confident, these young men, with putting the pill on the toe. We saw a range of kicks yesterday, crossfield bombs, scrubbers through the line, little chips over the top.
Yeah, they did too. Look, it's been working. The strategy has been sound. The competition here, or the contest, has been very tight. So you can somewhat forgive the attitude on show here. You didn't expect it to be charged down, but it was a lucky bounce for Cruz, and that's part of footy too as it unfolds.
However, you work so hard to retain possession of the ball, and just kicking it away sometimes might not be the best option.
But you can do that when you're the coach, Moiho. No worries.
Oh yeah, well that might just be a bit of corridor tecker.
Look at that. It was looking for the chip. No, the chip in the regather.
Looking for the chip, but I got the fish.
As it turns out. And the old arm up and celebration on the run down to the line as well, I noticed. 15-10 to scoreline at Hallmark. Wonderful to have you with us, friends. Whānau, tuning in on Whakaata Māori this gorgeous day in our beautiful city of Kirikiriroa. And what a clash we're witnessing here. Two of the titans of the Central North Island First 15 scene. Hara with the ball again. Here comes Kahotea, rumbling his way forward as only Chris can. Dumped as well for his efforts, Vicky McLeod, Victor. They'll be wanting to maintain possession for as long as they can. And so at the moment, St Paul's Collegiate prepared to get into the grind. Tough work coming in as well. Cam Moores comes through on D for Hato Petera. Inch by inch, metre by metre, pushing their way forward. Here is St Paul's. Look, well poised.
Haere tonu ana te kia te kaua wā o ta hamatau I nā e nā. Kau mātoru tēnei a Hadley Thompson mo taku he. Ball stripped away.
Still the penalty, still the opportunity is here. So, Hato Paura looking for the comeback, conceding that try unexpectedly. Now they're opting to go to the sideline. They'll look for the this throw-in. So important here. What you thinking, Moiho?
I'm thinking I'd love to score a try before the hooter, that's for sure.
Got to be a chance here. Throw in from Hillbrown. It is secured.
As it's set, the maul is driving up inch by inch, still on their toes, a St Paul's. Tahi anō ka tau te paoro ki te papa. Taha poto, uai, haere ngātahi ana me te ahi atu. Te taha poto anō, engari mo kotona kotahi. Te āhua nei, kua piro, a chaos. Kahikatea ko Chris, kahotea, mo taku he. Causing chaos down on the right edge. A ki te anō tātou I tana piro. Nanakia te haere ki te taha poto me tōna kotahi. There were 3 defenders there from St Peter's. But it's just one sneaky open side prop.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kahotea has been very, very effective. He's a big guy, but he really throws himself around well. Good supporting, gets in to back up his teammates when they hit the deck. And this time around, from close range, just too strong and was able to burrow his way across the line in the corner. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. If your name's Dr. Daniel, the coach here of St Paul's, and a chance to take the lead close to half-time. Here's the kick, but it's just to the right-hand side of the posts. Locked up at 15 apiece.
Well, Dale, you were talking about double winders early on, and it is a tie coming into half-time.
Okay.
Into referee's time as well, I might add. 35-minute halves here.
Won't be too far away for the halftime break. Hope you're enjoying the action. It's so hotly contested. And the bragging rights from what is effectively a local derby have no doubt been around for many years. So Hatupaora have the football here, they want it, and they're trying to get it back. The players all over the pill at the moment, and then it's kicked into touch, and we can celebrate a high quality encounter, top of the table clash. Glad to have you with us here at Whakata Māori. At the half-time break, St Paul's Collegiate first 15 and St Peter's Cambridge are locked up. It's 15 all.
Hey, Stefano, look who's in the house.
From the park to the city, stories told our way. Quick scroll, one tap, kamo, kua uru mai koe.
Hey, tēnā koe.
Tō mātou reo.
Kia au te MΑORI, kia au.
Tō mātou tuku hohe.
So a lot of eggplant emojis there, my
Tō
friend.
mātou tirohanga. Stream it, cast it, carry it with you. Download MAORI Plus on your devices.
The forest should never have been taken off this steep hill country that's eroding, and it makes absolute sense to afforest those hills. What we're doing here is using the exotics to help that process get established. We're looking at a managed transition process where those pines are progressively thinned as the native understory establishes. We're trying to do several things here. Soak up carbon, establish native forest, and we're trying to improve biodiversity. You're achieving an awful lot with one program of activity.
What makes selling with Baileys altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home we sell. Enhancing and lifting the energy of your home to achieve the best possible result. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Baileys, altogether better.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through tough times. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others getting involved in this. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
Kei te ngaro haere au ki roto ki tēnei ao Pākehā.
Ko tā te waka ma he whakakaha I taku hononga ki te ao Māori. Ka whaitake aku whea ko Pauri hei whakamana I taku ana mata.
Mā tō raurau ki MAORI Plus.
Tauti mai rā e hoa mā ki tēnei. Whakapāhotanga tātou mā ko te wehenga tuarua e haere ake nei. Kua ōrite ngā piro tātou mā, kua ōrite ngā piro. Ana, ko te orokohanga o ngā piro nei I pēnei mai. I te tīmatatanga, ko te hi o ngā whana hāmene. Played three. And then we had a couple of tries also from Powell and Mara. Certainly an awesome game, tātou mā. Here's another look at some of the tries initially from Powell. Ko te kapa o Hato Petara, ko rātou te kapa tuarua ka whai piro. Anei te piro tua rua a Smythe. the left-hand wing, and a bit of a gift. I tā koha mai a St. Paul's kia St. Peter's. That was number 13, and Mara going in as well in a sneaky right side dab from the open side prop. That was Kaho Tea Kati, 15 all e te iwi, a big game or a big second half.
Yeah, it's set up
on stage
for a great second half. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Penalties fairly even. Lineouts 4-1 for St. Paul's, I'm sorry, and a couple of turnovers for them as well. But really, we're locked up. It's 0-0 as we go into the second half here, and lots to be excited about this clash of the Titans. One plays two.
Yep.
Who will get the bragging rights for what is effectively a local derby? A couple of proud Waikato kura. And we're about to get underway with the second 35. Great to have you with us here on Whakata Māori, on MāORI Plus as well. Privileged to be able to commentate bilingually these matches with you, Moiho. I'd see a little bit of kicking, a bit of niggle in there today, but you know, nothing really untoward. So, beautiful conditions in Kirikiriroa. Absolutely brilliant autumn day. It might be coming closer into winter. Just waiting for the restart here. And great support too on show from those around the sidelines.
There's a bit of a couple of glitches here on our end, Tatou Mā. Just bear with us. Just we'll try to fix up this situation.
Yeah, I think it's so. Stay with it for a moment. Just running through the squads and how they have been performing. It's had a good game today. Lockie McGow as well. As they continue on with a roll. Here comes St. Peter's. They want to score first in the second half. And they're pushing towards the line. All of their forwards are in play. Hands are up. Sensing a try, but I'm not sure that the referee agrees. In fact, that has been secured. Hato Petela in to score on the far side of the field. Well, it was important to see who would strike in that second half. And that's exactly what happened. They pushed down that left edge, got themselves into the corner. A little hard to see who's credited with that try.
Aukuso ki taku te tiro.
Corner to try in as well. I see Ollie Harvey is in the mix now.
Want me to respond, certainly from the visitors.
The intensity of the battle, though, is really impressive here today. Both teams having a go. This is another tough conversion here for Jack Kelsenite. Let's see if he can curl it around from right to left. Steadies himself. Cloudless sky in the Waikato today. Hits it nicely. Round it comes. Beautiful conversion from wide out. Just the start to the second half that St. Peter's Cambridge were after.
Nice little pick and go there. Similar to this try that was just scored before half-time through Kahotea. Ranging lock forward, it's either Cameron Moores or Ollie Barnes.
Hear the support. Congratulations to them. 22-15 is the scoreline here in this one. Great take here. Look at this response. Weaving through. Brilliant run from Gus Weir. Well, unbelievable. As Hato Powder come back.
Kare he piro teo. Te ahu nei taka te pauro ia e whakatakato ana I te poro.
O kau.
Ka tiro hia anō tia tātou.
Ai.
Pōhehe noku I huaki ai ako te rāringi piro kia Gus Weir. Great chase as well. Got the kind bounce. Weir stepping. Karo whakaroto. Holding the ball in one hand, and the number 8, Kobe Trey Ross, comes through and bobbles it.
Well, from here, I just assumed he was going to go all the way. Why not? Can't get them all right, can we? But we do our best. Not overly familiar with the players, but certainly enjoying the attitude on show here today. Whilst they'll be disappointed, there's a lot of intent at the moment to come back into the match. And Hautapole get hold of the football, and then it's taken at the back and then dispatched by St Peter's Cambridge. 1 plays 2 here today. It was always going to be a close and hard-fought encounter, and that's exactly what we are witnessing. Here's the throw-in. Good work as the forwards push their way forward. They're all driven around by James Silic. They're celebrating. Great effort there from Powder to bounce straight back. And that's exactly what they were after. Well, they didn't score that try first time around, but this time they certainly do. Powder on the drive towards the line. Now the referee well positioned, and they're high-fiving all around. Congratulations to them, as well as St Paul's. Now it's Jackson Hay with a chance to level things up.
Now we know the kawa in Waikato Tainui is tū atu tū mai.
Well,
that seems like piro atu piro mai I tēnei tukinga.
Shot Jackson! And this one splits the sticks. Locked up at 22 apiece. Choice effort from these young guys. The line-out was good, well secured, and then everyone just muscled up to drive towards the line.
I enjoyed how the front jumper was a bit of a decoy. So they had two jumpers up.
Here's the restart. Anyone's game. A lot of class on show here today with these two squads going hammer and tong at each other. Hautapole with the football on the far side of the field. This time looking to tow it through. I think that's Alex Young who pushes forward with the football. But again, another turnover. Hautapole looking to get the ball. Worked over on the far side by Silic. Onto the boot. Downtown it goes. Taken at the back. Runners wide. Just trying to create some space. Looking to pick up the ball out wide is Brandon Parker and jersey number 14. Good play. Setting the stage. Inside ball, lovely run. Lovely run, then delivered out wide. Mata gets hold of the football, tries to find his teammate, but ball goes to ground on the far side of the field.
Ai, kuia tērā I pakaru ana I te rārangi. I reira te hoa, ki te tautoko I aia. Ara ko Mara anō tēnā, little nice turn back on the inside. Mara in space, a little inside-outside play. That was 12 pushing up with him with Waits and Paki. Auare ake. 22 plays 22.
Well, both coaches will be pretty pleased with what they're witnessing here. Carl Perry for St Peter's out of Cambridge and St Paul's Collegiate Schools coach Daniel Tecker. They realise, as you will at home as well, that this game is on the line. Desperate. Here's the scrum feed here. So it's Silic. He's had a fine game today. Both halves have been very good, in fact. Zeke Clark as well. And again, sending it towards the sideline on the far side of the field. Throw in. Hautapole. Some big man in there. George Edwards-Heaney. Climbs for the football. Secured as well. Petula in possession. A grinding run. A tough run. Mixing it up through the middle. This is getting them into very good field position.
Te taha Maui i naene au kusa o tērā. Engari e hahamene kāre ia I te whakawātea I te poro, I te pupuri tonu.
And a relieving penalty, which will be well appreciated as well from the home team. They're just taking their time a little bit now. They need to steady the ship somewhat here because they've come out with real intent here in the second half. And even that doesn't find touch as it's taken at the back from Calcine. He'll send it back up into the middle and then some wheels are on show.
Awesome exchange of hands here. Inside, outside.
Still with it. Ollie Barnes gets the ball and delivers it up. Centre field play now. Everyone conscious that ball retention's going to be paramount as they go to ground on the 22. St. Peter's on the push. This time, and another driving run from the big forwards in the middle through the hands of Luca Miller. Calcine chiming in at the back. St. Paul's having to be very diligent with their defensive work. Some questions being asked of them now from St. Peter's. Centre field, cut out ball, picks up Edwards Heaney, who has the football. He's 8 metres away from the try line now. And a penalty is going to the home team, and a relieving penalty that they will appreciate greatly.
A bit of deja vu there. Had prime real estate, prime opportunity to put some points in. And just a gift.
Well, that was a well-constructed attack, though, from St. Peter's. Some determined running through the middle. And certainly the big men are working well around the fringes. But even that touch finder was one of class as well. Enjoying the action? Well, I hope you are at home too, because this is what we are celebrating, the best of first 15 rugby out of the Central North Island. Once again, getting another look there as Edwards Heaney takes him into good field position. Ultimately, though, the referee saw the indiscretion. And a
defender was still on his feet there. Hands on the ball. Got a release. Nice midfield bomb.
The bouncer pulled it here. Petula, have it. The deeper we go into this contest, the more urgent the decision making out in the middle. Quite an assured game, and another charge down. Chase for the ball. Knock on. Good chance here for Powder to set themselves. And again, taking exception, but as I say, the heat's on out there, but nothing untoward really in the behaviour of these two squads. A lot of testosterone on show on track. There's the charge down. Could have been dangerous as Lucas Hill looked to secure the football. And then they were still there at 22 apiece.
Yeah, she's all locked up there. It's been like that since...
Well,
since right from the start. Right from the start, mate.
I mean, when we look
3
at
to
the way,
3.
Yeah, the way it's panned out. Penalty. Powell, Smythe scored, then Mata.
Kahotea.
Yeah. For a 15-all scoreline at half-time, 2 tries since. Replacement on in 20. James Very for Hatopolda. And to replace Silic. Holding up the pass. That ball's gone to ground, though. No one to blame as Hatopeta to have the ball. Good defence. 10 out from their own line. We wanted to get out of the danger zone, kicking towards the broadcast touchline this time. And we'll have a line out. George Kennedy is on the field as well for Hatopolda. Really impressed with the work here. Kahotea, Lucas Hill. Silic was good. He's now been replaced by Very for Hatopolda. So there's a real intensity. Jackson Hill-Brown, the co-captain, with the throw-in. Beautifully secured here. Great opportunity for Hatopolda. 10 out from the line. Shuffled across from McLeod into the hands of McGough. Short side play. Alex Young goes to ground. Happy to take the meters forward again into the hands of McGough. He gets it on to Thompson. Thompson has the football now. Building towards the line. The grind on for Paola. They're still in possession and will have another opportunity with the football.
Me ko teka, te kaia ko te kapa o hato Paola nei. Ana ka whakatau, ka tohua taku kāpene kia whakarite hia he nonoke ki Waingapu i te whira. Kia wātea ko ngā tahataha e rua. Just mentioning that if I was coach, I'd call a scrum. So they've got both sides, both attacking options, left or right of the field. Let's see if they can capitalise.
So this is what schoolboy rugby is all about. Scrum feed. James Ferry up against Clark. You get a ding-dong battle all game with Sillage. It's taken at the back and peeling away towards the line.
Lock v lock there. Blindside flank, another pick and go. It's been very instrumental throughout the game. A second wave of pick and goes. However, penalty given to St. Peter's for another infringement. Frustration, I think that's about the third time with St. Paul's have been 5 or so metres out of their try line.
Kick to the far side of the field is a good touch finder and significant relief as well for the visitors from Cambridge.
20 to go here, 22 apiece, just inside the 22.
Taken nicely, climbing beautifully, Ollie Barnes. And again, the kick downfield, not unexpected. Some space at the back. And again, responding in kind. The mark on the far side of the field. Of course, nowadays we see a lot of running rugby, the mark not utilised as much as it was in decades past. But the kick to touch on the far side of the field was a good touch finder. And some breathing space too for a couple of very tired forward packs who've been putting in the hard yards.
Yeah, the catch was even better in the stands as well. Rongo i ngā kupu Whanganui.
It's been Josh Kibbe there in 18, with his back towards us, right at the back. There's McLeod and climbing again. Gus Ware is giving good service at line out time. Got to utilise the ball, give it some space. Locked up at 22 apiece. Anyone's game here this afternoon. One playing two. Pushes on. Big ups to all the Whananga parents listening in. Hesitating for a moment. It's Kilmuster. Clean ball. Delivered up on a plate. The inside run almost breaks through. Testing the defence here of St. Peter's. Very coordinating on the far side, talking to his players, as all halves must. Crossfield kick. Now the chase is on. Where's this ball going to go? It's taken at the back. Nicely secured by Kelsohnite.
Mahi Mahunga tērā. Felt the pressure coming on and called for a free kick. The heat was on from De Bruin. Game management is paramount here, Dale, even though neither team is ahead. But just being able to put the ball into the corners. And like you mentioned earlier, the responsibility of the bench to come on and impact the gameplay. That will have an impact.
Oh, Brown feeds. It's secured again. The kicking game is vital today. It's been well used by both teams. Setting up at the back, and the chase has been good, but this run full of promise. Petra, far side of the field. Forwards. getting in to do the grunt and grind. Charging forward. Nice tackle there from Chase Thompson. And again, that one is a huge kick. Bouncing end over end right into the end goal. Will it go too far? Only just. Almost sat back up in the end goal.
They're very patient. Boy at the back there.
Gee, some standout performances here today. Kicking game of some of these guys at the back have been on song today. That was a massive kick.
Come on, get the forward.
Thanks again to our sponsors.
Body language. Go ahead, Lee.
Couldn't be doing our broadcast without them. Caltex and Anchor. Just a couple of the many. Got Bailey's in the mix in the Tiva. And of course Apollo Projects. We thank them sincerely for their tautoko and our coverage. And of course proud to be representing Whakata Māori here, bringing you bilingual coverage of rangatahi tākaro. 4 gone, 22 each. Scrum feed, very. Taken off the back. Lockie Young, double around on the far side of the field. Possession, vital here in the back end of the game. Gorgeous day in Hamilton. Tough footy on show. All coming together beautifully. Alex Young gets hold of the football. He shuffles forward a couple of metres. Very gets it. His forwards are giving him great support at the moment. There are numbers out here on the left if they can use them. Very takes a snipe himself. Lays the football back cleanly. Kennedy this time. A couple of metres for him. Still on the poil. Hatopauda. Wanting to be next to score. Getting close to the line.
George Benjamin, tērā e te iwi. Let's hope that St Paul's have the opportunity to hold on to the possession. And koia ko titihi o ngā paumuri lea Lucky McGo. Kāre, tawhiti tātou māko. Very, e tatari maina, e arahi ana I tana tīma. Nā hoki anō a hato paura ki tērā hāmene. They follow the referee.
20 metres sideways.
Yeah, like chickens in a coop. Chasing their feed. 22 all tātou mā. Te kau mārima miniti e toiana.
They call up Jackson Haight. He just put it across and hope that the line out is the best option for them. Beautiful settings here at St Paul's Collegiate. Very proud kura. Strong rugby history. They're really shining today, both of these young squads.
Ko tau te pauro I nai nei. Ka papuri ngā paumua I te pauro kua tatania. Kāre anō engari. Hene mita, mai te hene mita. Taha poto. Ato paura.
Well, you'd have to think. They're in with a big chance here, Moiho.
Advantage. Hands out, crossfield kick. Kiki te taha. Mau. Kei te pehea te takahuri o te pauro.
He's claiming the try. Not quite sure the referee sees it that way, though.
Wai mari e. Pohehe noku I rutua. Me te kore pauro. Me te kore pupuri I te pauro.
One thing's for sure. I mean, the idea was sound, wasn't it? Execution didn't quite come off, but you've got to give some ticks in the column for the attitude here. Is once again they'll try and do a bit of deja vu. Here's the crossfield kick. Look at the bounce here, Moiho.
As I mentioned, not kind for either player. Tackled without the ball as well. Claimed it. Hoi no. Ka hoki atu tātou ki te tūtira e haere ake nei.
14 to play. Effectively 0-0 at 22 apiece. Good climb and receipts as well in the line out from Kibby. And again, this is a bit of deja vu. Let's see if the forwards can do something special here. As the referee steps into the action.
Held up over the line. Ura te tikanga o te karanga. Trapu kiki e haere ake nei. Are they going to contest it, or are they going to get out of danger? Charge down. 5 metres out, tātou mā. On the ball is number 8 from St Paul's. Lockie Young. Back onto the open side we go.
Alex Young this time.
Tukana Teina.
Setting it up, setting it up. Powder with the football right in front of the posts.
Very. Kei reira e titihi kāhui kai tākaro. Whakarite ana ia rātou anō. Hull Brown, te kau kāpene. Inches away. Desperate. Me pehe e kore ai.
What defence, superb defence from Petera. Claiming the try, and getting up to some decent celebrations. Gus Weir credited with it, the big number 5. And, wow, that's thrown the cat amongst the pigeons. Let's have another look at it. There's the carry through, just a millimetre or so short. Big Gus Weir gets himself into position. Look at the body position that he adopts to get across the line.
Te katau e Dale. Anō nei he tūmomo prisi. Te tiro tātou mā. Ka re au I ki te iti paoro. Engari, te mea nui ki te referee. Gus Weir.
Billy Smythe was there to congratulate him. Something had to break.
Me mihi ka tika ki a hato Petera. Te pakari o tō rātou rārangi wa wao. Jackson Hay kicking duties. It's under 15 to play here. Awa te kiki. Mana taua kiki. And we're to try the difference. Here where one plays 2 live on Whakata Māori coverage of the CNI competition. We go back to the charge down, Dale.
Yeah, well, that's what really set it up. There's, like I say, there's an intensity from both teams, which is very admirable. Both teams are doing their utmost to come away with the 2 points today.
Ko te tihi wahanga noiho o te pātiti mā. Koia ka tuhua mai nā he piro.
Judging by what's happened, though, don't be at all surprised if Petera to come and strike straight back. That's what's been occurring right throughout the game. It's been tit for tat.
Not the case from the kick-off there.
Not so. Just a bit deep and across the stripe on the far side of the field.
Well, it really comes down to game management now, Dale. Responsibility of the halves and the first 5s to put the ball into the corners. Even though they're down by 7, the score tick becomes almost like an opposition as well.
Yeah, for sure. The clock's the enemy, as the saying goes. Thank you for joining in today to all of our mums, dads, aunties and uncles of these young men and those who just support our youth and their sporting endeavours. It's great to spend some time with you here on Whakata Māori and Māori Plus. I'm just waiting to set the scrum right here on the halfway line. Big ups to the Wawa as well today. Let's get the game flowing. It's been an interesting match. And certainly have enjoyed seeing some of the young talent coming through in rugby. And if they stay in the Waikato, I guess some of them are outside or from outside of the Rohe. You'd think that there's a good future for the Code. It's taken at the back by Very. And this is the kicking game. I think, Moiha, you touched on it. The importance of field position now. Playing a solid and predictable brand of rugby. Well, that's what's ahead for Hato Paora. Hato Petera, we lead the competition going into today's clash. They know that they really need to get themselves to work, and they start off by going straight to midfield. Look at this run, a powerful run, and then a dummy, setting it up on the outside, away from 1, away from 2. Beautiful, down the outside, big run here from Brandon Parker. He's the ground, just out from the try line.
Tātahi te rutu ko Luka Miller. Tētahi taha ki tētahi atu. St Peter's United. Pāhi, tawhiti te pauro kei Waingapu I te whira. Kei te wā te taha maui, kei reira tonu, me te ārai. Ara, te whurupeke, a Jack Kausanai, kei reira. Ko tamihia te poro, ko puta te ihu, a te kaumārua a Waitin Paki.
Oh my te Paki.
Ko ia, ingoa rongonui te whānau Paki Waikato, fully deserving he ke piro a tīma tēnei.
Look at that run.
Look at the dummy and the go.
Fabulous.
What about the ability to offload on the inside? Applaud to the covering tackle by the first 5'8", but just stay patient. Went left, scooped up outright with Waitin Paki. Pupuri ana te poro, me ona ringa e rua. Really, I don't want to say it, but we're all locked up one more time.
There it is. 29 apiece. Well, you couldn't ask for any more, could you, in a clash? As we get down into the final exchanges, here's another look. That midfield run, just full of purpose and direction and intent. Great show. And then able to just hold up the pass and pop it back on the inside. Nicely picked up from Parker. Then across field it went. And then Waitin Paki just sensed that there was a chance for him through the middle.
Yeah, Maui Paki. Yeah, Hadley Thompson.
But still, it's anyone's game. I'm sure that those of us at the ground and those of you at home absolutely will be thrilled with what's going on here this afternoon. Quality of the game demands a few hours off school, absolutely, as it's taken at the back here. So, when we look at the clock and realise it's just on 5 minutes to play, who will position themselves to do one last great thing here this afternoon? Look at the run! Out into space!
Piki whara ki te teina.
Alex Young running strong. Great opportunity here for Paula. Brutal defence, close to the line from Petala. Just coming down to what they are traditionally good at, and that's keeping their heads about them. Gus Ware, he's done some great work so far this afternoon, this time around, steadies the ship. Here's the kick. Who's the climber? Where's the chase? Is it taken at the back? Beautifully taken at the back. But the referee's coming all the way back to the left edge here.
Yeah, penalty advantage was given to the hometown. Hanga tawhiti tonu i ngā paukaura. Just over 10 metres from the touch.
Well, gee, it's there, isn't it? It's there for the taking for Petala. They need to get the ball back as the decision is made by James Verry to kick for touch. We go to the line out as we get another look at that surging run from Alex Young. And really putting the pressure there awesome on Kelsenai, who was great at defence at the back as well. Here we go. Hull Brown with the throw.
Never mind jumping and contesting. Oh, St. Paul's 10-8. Engari, kei muri tonu te paro I te nonoke.
Oh, look at the desperate defence. Was it successful or not? It was not. And the try is again to Billy Smythe. Well, that's try number 2 for Smythe. Really loving his attitude. It was he who congratulated Alex Young just a few moments ago. And now he finds himself in position. Great throw-in. Great rolling maul. Close to the line. The first time the dive to the line. Have a look at the defence here. The desperation in the defence. I thought initially held up. Solid.
Galloway up against Smythe. Smythe had him for a number. Oh, well.
It's not done. We've seen plenty of action here so far today. Smythe with his second. But now it's Jackson Hay from wide out, and Jackson Hay does the business again. You can hear the young students of St. Paul's Collegiate School in Hamilton enraptured at the victory here today. Remember, the team went in second on the table by points differential. St. Peter's now know that they need to secure the football and do something extra special. But don't discount them.
Never, Dale. We've seen try for try, goal for goal. A mo te roanga ake o tēnei kēmu. Tōna rua miniti e toi ana e hoama. Mo te aha te kiki e aua.
Game management, you mentioned before too, becomes extra vital. It sets it up beautifully though, doesn't it? For the CNI competition, these two teams will be there or thereabouts come full play, the end of full play, you'd think. Trying to in onto the ball. Powerful run. Been very good today, the two. Hull Brown. Will show and go. Trying to split them through the middle. Is there another one here for Powder? Hato Powder. Hear the intensity of the collisions. Tough rugby. And a tough competition. Powder with the ball, a little snipe forward as well. That's from James Very. Very's taking the ball in. Having to shut up shop and just grind their way forward inch by inch again, as we can see here by Powder. And here's the opportunity for Peter.
Could be the last opportunity, Dale. Need to check with the referee. E hi ngā miniti, ngā hekuna rani.
Alex, keep pulling!
The advice comes heavy from the sideline.
There's a little bit of magic here for Hato Petra as they work it out into midfield. The defence there is also up to it.
Oh, well,
Play on.
Me hapa kore, mistake free.
Double around, look at the commitment that's been shown defensively here by Hato Paula, and they secure the football too. Having a chance to secure victory, all going well. We're on the referee's time now, and it's been a hard fought and grinding success when the bell tolls. There's the kick into touch. Look at the elation on the faces of these young men. A terrific first 15 games. St Paul's ultimately coming out with a 36-29 victory. Moiho, fabulous football. Wonderful celebration of rangatahi sport.
Ai tika na kia mihi a ngā kapa e rua, teo aha koa. Ko tētihi I wini, ko tētihi I hinga. Ana, me mihi ki aua tīma e rua I whakapaukaha, I whakapetongoi, I whakaheke. Wera, mo te roanga ake o tēnei tukinga I tēnei ahi.
Well, it's wonderful, and the images tell it all. They've fought hard, both teams. There is respect for each other. The sportsmanship on show is encouraging. Let's have a look at some of the tries, and some wonderful tries scored through the last 70 minutes.
Kei te tika tai teo. Ana ko tēnā matua rua tērā. Here's another look at the right hand attack. That was when the left hand wing Smythe chimed in to support his right hand friend in De Bruin. As we see, tries gifted, unfortunately, but going either way. This is in the 15th minute for Powell. The second half.
Mara, I think that's maybe Mara from the...
Another sneaky by Kahotea.
Yeah,
that was just before half-time, Tātou Mā. And a similar try on the left-hand side. It was where... As the Hooters keep pumping. This was a crucial try here.
What I liked about both teams, they never gave up, did they? They were just battering it out for the entire 70 minutes.
Charge down. This is the short side play. Oh, this was a comeback try, wasn't it, Dale?
Yeah, this is cool. This is Pucky's try. Well, it eventuated in Pucky's try. But that surging run through the midfield really set it up to play back on the inside as well, picking up Brandon Parker, and then they worked across field. And ultimately it was Pucky Clayton Paki scored that try. And we're all locked up. And then this way, to seal the deal. 36-29 scoreline as we run through the match stats.
Yeah, equal in turnovers, tātou mā. Lineouts won with 12-1. That's a huge stat. Penalties conceded with 9-10, and the possession of the pill went in favour of the St Paul's College team. Kāti, tātou mā, e tikana kia mihi a koutou I hono mai ki tēnei whakapāhotanga. Still to come, plenty of coverage of CNI and Super 8 Rugby.
Yeah, 30 June, Whanganui and Francis Douglas, New Plymouth. As you can see, Tauranga, Rotorua boys, that's in Super 8. And just a stack of schoolboy rugby as Whakata Māori cover not just the CNI but the Super 8 competitions as well. And it is a privilege and an honour to be part of the bilingual broadcasting of these matches. Well, it's wonderful to have you with us here today. A spectacular day in Kirikiriroa. Ultimately, the spoils going to Hatopaura from Kirikiriroa. A wonderful clash, top of the table clash, but in the end, only one can win. St Paul's 36, St Peter's 29.